guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to Bible Bars. Missed you guys. It's been a little while. So many new things are happening. A lot of things are going on. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get down to business. This is Bible Bars. Today we're going to talk about the trial of Jesus. Bang. But before we get started, guys, I want to say a few things. Number one, need you guys to go and follow us at One Elijah on Instagram. Make sure that you guys go and support the ministry. I've released a single recently called Run. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't gotten it, make sure you go on iTunes, go on the Google Play Store, type in Run featuring Jessica, and you'll find it. It's black background, blue letters. Go buy that. Go spend that dollar. Please support the ministry. It's going to be awesome. I have a few more things that we're going to be doing in the upcoming days, but let me not waste your time with that. Let's get into the word. Luke 18:40, it tells us a particular story about Jesus' trial. And I want to paint a picture for you before we dive into it, before we get it, before we got it. So I'm going to paraphrase this story, but if you want to find out what it's all about, then just go to Luke 18 and around 40, you'll be able to get the whole deal. Here's my paraphrase. So look, they got Jesus. They brought him before Pilate. Pilate, Jesus, face to face. They're like, this is the man we was talking about, Pilate. Jesus looking at Pilate, and he's like, what up? And Pilate's like, are you the king? Are you the king of the Jews? And Jesus said, my kingdom is not even of this world. I am a king, And Pilate was like, well, I don't find any fault in this man. They said, no, it's a problem with him. He's been telling everybody he's the king of the Jews, talking about he's the Messiah. He need to die. And like, why he gotta die? And Jesus told him that I come to bring truth. And Pilate asked a peculiar Pilate asked a peculiar question. And the question was this: what is truth? He turned, he walked away to go back out to the crowd. To sum it up, he gave the crowd a choice between a man named Barabbas, who was a criminal, and between a man named Jesus, who was Jesus. And we're faced with these two deals. Pilate goes to the crowd. He talks to them about this man named Jesus. He talks about the man named Barabbas. And we have two people on each side here. And this is how we paint our picture. What is that? Sacrifices. Sacrifices have been going on for years. I mean, like back in the old days. I'm not talking about like your grandparents' days. I'm talking about the old days where sacrifices were being made. They would kill goats. They would kill bulls. They would kill all sorts of stuff and spill their blood everywhere. And there are crazy religions still to this day that bathe in the blood of animals. It just sounds like some warrior type junk. But sacrifices have been going on for years. For some of you sacrifice a couple dollars so you can do what you got to do later. You sacrifice your time for all sorts of things. You sacrifice this for that, and this and that. There's an obedience that comes with sacrifice that is pivotal. You have got to be obedient before you sacrifice. I want to make that point clear because a lot of us are just doing a whole bunch of sacrificial stuff, not being obedient to anything. I mean, like your mom tells you to go in there and clean that room, and you don't clean the room. You go in the living room and clean the living room, bathroom, dishes. Nobody likes cleaning dishes. Foyer and all this stuff. And then she comes home and she's like, hey, why is your room not clean? And you're looking like, but look at my sacrifice. I did everything else. Look at my sacrifice. But see, you weren't obedient to the thing that you need to be obedient to, so nobody's going to see your sacrifice, or they're not going to care about it for that matter. And here we are at a pivotal point in the story of our future, and the story of the past, and the story of the present. Jesus is sitting there. He's on trial. There are two men before them. One is a criminal for sure, already in prison. The other is someone that they believe that's blaspheming against God. But here we are, and we're at this place, and they ask, Jesus or Barabbas? The people says, we don't want Jesus. Give us Barabbas. Barabbas was then set free. Jesus was then moved to a place where he had to take the place of Barabbas. Notice Barabbas was already in prison. Jesus was not. Jesus moved in, took the spot of Barabbas, who was a prisoner. That's not it. I've done a study about Barabbas. Barabbas, his name means Jesus, Son of the Father. That's Barabbas' name. Like, bars. Bars. So when the people were in the audience, they were saying, I don't want Jesus, the Son of the Father. I want Jesus, the Son of the Father. They pushed away Jesus, but in turn, they got Jesus, the Son of the Father. And he took his place and died for Barabbas. Now that's much like us. The sacrifice of Jesus was amazing. Another thing that the people said that was so peculiar, so amazing, something I want you to hear. And I quote, Pilate says, I wash my hands of this man's blood. People in the audience, you read it. They said, let his blood be on us. They didn't know. They said, let his blood be on us. Little did they know that that's exactly what was going to happen. The blood of Christ poured out upon them as a covering, a grace, if you may, a mercy, if you may, allowing them to have salvation. This Christ that we serve is not just obedient, but he is obedient to death, even to the point of sacrifice. He gave himself so that we can have life, and life more abundantly. Let me ask you this. What have you been obedient to lately? What have you sacrificed? Have you given any thought? Have you given anything? If not, I would look unto Jesus and remember his obedience and his sacrifice, even unto death, in comparison to ours. At the end of every segment, I like to give you some bars to go with that Bible so you can take it and you can run with it. Muhammad talking about he the Christ. Atheists, they don't believe in Christ. Backsliders, they leave in Christ. Gays say they don't need the Christ. Say they love him, they ain't got to change. Obama saying that he to change. Trump think that hates to change and ain't none of them called on his name. Lord on my side now, who gonna oppose him? There ain't no power in hell, we know where we going. Yeah, try by the fire, I'ma be golden, huh? Sold out to Christ, man, you can never afford me. 2 lines in my fade, spend a lot but I'm saved. Baptized in this name, still riding that wave. That's the wave. Make sure y'all get it when it comes out. You heard verse 2. I want to give a shout out to Pentachloe. Want to say what's up, Section 8. Shout out to you all. Please go out and support the ministry. Please go out and buy the product. Many things that are going to be coming out. I have a lyric video that's going to be coming out pretty soon. If not this week, next week. Get ready for it all. Jump on this thing. Help me to take this Bible bars to some music so that we can reach the lost. That's what it's all about. See you guys. Bang.